Hello, hello. Am I too late? Okay, so you can get my audio already, na? Yeah, I'm on the cast. Yeah, so gentlemen, you just heard me actually communicating with my brothers, and right now we are inside the game. I see three teams just getting, their journey finished on the very first match, and one of the team called as Raven to miss the game. It's not that good, but yeah, you should have participated. Now I see lots of teams from the very first game. This is the PUBG Mobile Morvex tournament for you guys to get on with the competition with an escort board. And right now it's me, your only host, Quirky Ark, being a little bit of late, I guess. A long break because I can see the second stage is running out, and that means I just missed the first stage. So there had been some dropless battles. At first, I see Team Mind, MetaMind Esports, actually, yeah, being able to get those 6 elims, and that means they're not only fighting with one of the teams but two of the teams, and two of the battles were just successful for them. It's Team EXCs to get 2 elims earlier, Team Gen getting 2 elims, Team Thug and Team 40 is getting 1 and 1, and Team US is getting 3. That's all. Those are the teams. Those will be on the top 6 list on this first matches leaderboard. And some of the teams who didn't actually participated on the dropless battles and not getting any, but for now it's still Team Gen hasn't been done yet. It's the third knock from the team right now, exactly from this very pair. Gen Esports is going in with the grenade. That grenade might be deadly there. The grenade goes, it deals some of the damages, but not will be securing the knock. Archer would come up with the skull life, but the Thug Life Esports is in trouble. And more trouble, they need the support, but the players are just getting onto it. Before that, Team Gen made the closing at first and took the charge of the compounds. It's not bad. While Team Thug Life Esports needs the flank, and the flank is here. They just reached onto the destination. Meanwhile, Nip, yeah, is going on with some of the smokes from the kill feed. It's Team 7SS to be eliminated. The name was Team 7 Strong Esports, and those 4 elimination points would be coming for the Team T4N. And now Team T4N has become the lead tabletopper according to their full roster. It's Team Gen Esports understood the closing and they took out the player. Now it's all for the final 2 to be dealing with. Thug04 had a Molotov in their hand, and there are lots of grenades too coming towards for the Team Zen. It's Thug Life Esports trying to defend for some of the seconds to buy that rescue time. That grenade goes in the right direction, but it is not dealing the damage or even the knockouts too. Still, Team Thug Life Esports, I might say that they'd be able to rescue, right? Yes, it's going so smooth for the team. And now the defending, there goes another knock from Ash LNEs with the jump shot right there. I see the Metamind fighting with Team STKs from the kill feed. It's Team Gen Esports losing out their control over this compound. And now the problem got exposed, and the 2 of the windows, Team Thug Life Esports just finishing the final blow. It's 4 Team Strikers Esports for now to defend, and that's the Team Metamind, which took 6 eliminations earlier and now goes into the second knock. The support from Sosa, but that is not enough to defend against Metamind. They hadn't the firepowers left to deal with. Now it's the Metamind to secure all those 8 eliminations for the team, going really great on the very first game, first match. It's not that bad, but eventually you're losing just one of your players, so you might be careful about that while dealing on the 5th or 6th stages. Those stages are much more deadlier than these first ones. Now it's Team Thug Life, Team EXCs, Team USS, and also Team T4Ns to just scout from where they are right now in the game. But now I think after 10 seconds the new zone will come up as a surprise for the teams. I hope so. It's Pochinki to be abandoned and Fapier being supported. The center being taken by one team, and some of the northern teams are just trying to get into it. And then from the east, I see lots of teams waiting to make an entry. It's the team SG at first, or TGs, yeah, Team Galaxies. I saw an SG tag there, that is Xerox to continue with the team, but it's indeed the team Executioners. Once upon a time, I saw a team named as Execute, and now I see the Executioners again. Hope so they'll do great this time. Hope they have learned what they needed to on the previous time, when we met on the lobby. But now, Team Executioners, after just securing those first two elims, the team is just getting in a chill mood with the rotation format. Yes, it's top from the altar angle, and I see they're just using the flanking guns all the time. It's team not so good games, yes, in front of you guys, and their teammate nothing is just getting knocked out while they finished nobody. It's Tobe, GR, and Choki 10 and Sigma Boy to go with the final blows. But I guess Toby would love to do that spray there while you watch out player one to just abandon the game and try to fall back for the team to make out the best places. It's not so good games getting a new team with them. Yes, in total there are three teams on the same territory. It's not so good games right now to be dealing with, but no, the grenade would hunt down that Fate, and now Fate would survive no more. Now losing at no time, Team T4N, named as Train, would just go for the second battle too. It's Kronos. Okay, I see the name Kronos. Maybe you have taken the name from the God of War segment. The game is literally damn that good to just talk about, but it's really a good name to be seen here. Now, Team Killer Crib been taking this territory or the compounds for some of a bit. Yeah, not that, but for some of the times. But I see Team T4 and still being able to make the recalibration for the team. It's going good with the rescue we need it. But before you go, just jump in to the brawl, you should be careful. It's Team Train for next. Heading on for the next plan to be executed. Not too fun, understands. There's the smoke, means the team is just, having the sweet cover inside of the warehouse. But there might be another team, and that might be a surprise, right? Yes, that is indeed Kronos. Surprised, too fun. While he never understood that there might be a player, and Kronos successfully, avoided the sprays, and now the first grenade dealt him lots of damages, but actually he was aware of that, and he just healed up, playing with the second first aid kit, and that was a good timing, a perfect timing, while he took the damages, still being able to recover all. It's Shisha, T4N Shisha. Yes, then there is the Cabrar. Okay. But there has been another elimination for another team, and the name was just us to be eliminated on this 12th position with just 5 elims there. We see Kronos to be defending again. Now the gun shoes was so fast, and the knock was damn that cool, but for the team support, Team Train for next is now in control, and they can go for the rescues. Meanwhile, the team which was holding the warehouse earlier made the decision, while Train for nexts were not so concentrated with them. The team just falls back and got out of this compound. It's a good thing. Whenever the moment comes, you take in the moment, and you're just making the right things. Now it's all the top 10 teams left to deal the first chicken dinner, only the first 4 games. for this night, and the second night would come up with another 4 games. But the teams which are participating are from the qualifying stage, where we saw the table toppers, the top 2 teams from their groups, has gotten onto the grand finale at first, and now waiting for the other teams to be known as the qualified teams. Yes, but all seeing eyes, I can smell something bad for the team, as the team is just taking the edge of the seashore side. This thing is not going so good, because already team executioners are just defending, not executioners. That team might be team exiled, yes, and look at that, team exiled is going in with the first knock. Now all they can guess is where the players can be. You can look about the zone too, because this time the zone is not supporting the southern western anymore, it's supporting the eastern mid, and TGs would love to have all of the supports. And look at this split, Xerox and the rest of the 3 players are just in the perfect position to be taking out the control of the whole area, whole fifth stage. It's Team Aces to fight with Team Exiled, and now Exiled loses one, but not losing. Still, the chances are going higher for the team to rescue the player. But Team Gurklin Esports, it's not going that smooth from the edge of this fifth stage, because there are lots of teams waiting for them to just cut off their players. It's Team Metamind to lose Shoyo, and then Ella's fighting with Team G's 2. Juice God been taken out. It's Nep again with Frag Knight, and then Logic with Ash LNEs. Thug Life Esports losing out the players. All Seeing Eyes waiting for the blunder. It's Thug Life again dealing with the utilities. Such a good option from this very Pierce side. Gotta be looking out for any of the teams that is interested to make this third party on this fight. But yeah, Team Exile would love to do so. Now, Tug 04 would have been, he was been so aggressive that he forgot to be in the cover while, charging the grenades. But Nip from Thug Life, can he expect for the rescue moment? I guess not, because the radius is not that far and anybody can charge a grenade in front of you, or to connect you with that grenade, or to bind you with. The Xerox takes out CYP from the northern eastern of this stage, where Team Exiled are just being weaker, but now they knows that someone is in front of them, and they do knows that someone from the back end might get an attention. So this is a proper time for them to just look out on the edges. It's Team Gurklin Esports to be dealing the compound close combat, and Team Gurklin are not surviving anymore. But there was not only one team, another team are holding on to the same compounds, and that's Team Killer Crew is now having the final play inside of the compound. But all he has to do is to fight alone. That's it. It's to defend against 2 of the new players. But I hope that'll not be that easy. It's Team All Seeing Eyes going in with the third parties against Team TGs, at the same time fighting with Team All Seeing Eyes. Yes, but Team TGs has gotten some responsibilities to think about the next zone shift too. But before that, you should think where you are, and you should defend yourself for the collection of points. It's Team T4N to be taking those highest number possible for the eliminations. You can count on this first game, and that's 11. Team Thug Life Esports getting 7, and the rest of the teams are taking too much too. But Team Metamind, yes, it was good. With 10 elims, the team has gotten eliminated, but now it's time for Sigma Boy to go with the clutch. He takes out the first player. Now it's time for him to go with the second one too. He knows when the player is coming out. He tries to track the footsteps from the kill pit. It's Nep to use that grenade and make out the knock. But Sigma Boy is just, changing his position again and again. And now wait for the player 2. Oh, there goes the clutch. Maybe, but no. Both of the player just trades in, and both of them are out of the game. It's the very 6th stage. Team ARGOs and Team Killer Crews will not survive anymore. It's Team Ace East to fight with TGRNs, not TGs, losing out the play too. that TGs would definitely come up with the revenges. It's Team Thug Life Esports, where Nip Nip and Zero Four can be seen to be engaged in a close combat with Team Ace Case, but it'll not be that easy for now. Tag is Ace Case, but which is the team actually? There is the Terrier X10 been taken out with the Molotov. It's the Chris Z from Aces to be eliminated. Thug 04 been caught up just like that with an off guard. It's Kebrar or Kebera. Danger got that first for the support. That is not the support, that is the third party. Still knows there is another player hiding inside of the shack, but he cannot take him out as both of them knows that they're hitting out here. So this is Cabrera. Okay. I did it so wrong while pronouncing out the player's name, but now the player is out of the shack. He knows where to go. He knows about the player that he's just holding an Uzi. Both is dangerous, but talking about the DBS, it's far more dangerous than an Uzi. Now Cabrera, yes, goes in with the DBS. That was a top-notch shot on this very edge, but now all he needed to just hide out, but there was no place left to go for the hideout, and at the end he just got compromised. He just got eliminated. It's the final top two teams, gentlemen, for the glory for the chicken dinner, and Team Galaxy has gotten Team Exiled all where they wanted for. Not Team Exiled, it is indeed the Team Executioners, which executed on this very second position of the game, but it's all for the final 1v1. And now Team Executioners is just facing the pressure because of the 8th stage with 30 seconds of time only. He had some grenades, he had 3 grenades, but he has still 2 more grenades, right, after using 1. But now top would definitely think about the visual blockage that has been made by Team Galaxy here. It's 933, yes, 933 to think what he should do. Even he's not safe on his position. Look at that. It's just 10 meters away from the stage. So he also needs to switch up, and that's it. That is the problem for both of the players. Now the grenade comes closer, and 933 somehow been able to survive, still top. Weren't able to understand the mark out. Now he knows, goes with the pre-fires, but no, not possible right now, as there were the pre-fires from Team Galaxy, and 933 is just securing the chicken at first. That was more valuable. It was the battle of 4 points, because the second finisher gets 6 placement points, and the first finisher, they're just getting 10 points. So only -4 will be available for the second team, that was Team Executioners. That's it. But in the meantime, the trade you would love to see Alia. That is a style to finish up Sigma Boy, but at the end it was not possible for him to survive too, because he was just touched out by the 7th stage. And then there was Train for next, the player Cabrera 7, which took that final trade, but at the end he couldn't survive too. Yeah, he also couldn't. But 933, there goes the first knock, and there goes the second finish. He knew that the player is compromised. Top, he just got him off guard and executed. Now the chicken dinner stats, that says 933 with 7 elims, and then it is Xerox to get 1, and Vixay to secure 0 with the SK8 or RN SK8. Yes, it's getting 0 too. So not bad, but total 8 elims with the chicken, that gets them those 18 points. But I see the contribution from 933 side, because he just took 17 points for the team. So that was tremendous. And that was a fact to highlight. Now it's the chicken dinner stats, right? And that means Team TGs might be on the tabletop because of the chicken dinner that they have just secured on the very first game, and that means they've just compared by being the tabletopper. So now is only about some of the teams who can get qualified to the next stage. It's the match summary, where 73 eliminations can be seen, and that means I was not properly getting the tone for the first game because it was so aggressive. and 80 knockouts. Oh my goodness, it just touched out 80. 80. What? It's more than you can think. Total 9,078 of healings, but that's casual. It's one of the vehicle eliminations and 28 of assists and 6 of grenade eliminations, but not bad, man. 18 points for the first game and 17 points in the second game by Team Tufan T4N. What? What was that? It's just 12 freaking eliminations from the side of Team Tufan, as known as T4N as from the tag. But being able to take 12 eliminations with 5 more placements means they did finish the game on top 3. And that's why they're getting the 17 points. Nice. It's 18 points for Team TG. So the table toppers has gotten 1 point for the competition, beating them to settle this score. And yeah, the score settlement board would be just close to us as soon as possible. It is indeed the head-to-head, and next time I'd love to see both of the teams to just be in the end game on the final stages of the second match. It's indeed the MVP right now at 933. The work, the contribution that he did to his squad just pays off right now. He's getting the most valuable play title on the very first game. Damn, he got some respect here. Getting the 17 points for his team alone by taking out the chicken dinner and also taking those 7, elims. It's going so good with that with the damages too. You see that? Oh wow! It's literally interesting for a player to be seen with more than 1,000 plus damages, because if you go for the count for the actual MVP, which player you might count, that might be I'm wrong in explanations this time, but the clear sentence would be that if you just count out that which player is really getting capable to be on top on the overall MVP leaderboard, then there you might see the players with the highest damages so far, because the damages are the countable factors on the on the overall MVP segment. Now it's time to witness the top players of this first game too, because there were some other players for the competition, as there are some other teams for the overall leaderboard, but it's the MVP leaderboard we're talking about. It's Cabrera 7 with 6 elims, but look at the damages that he dealt, 1235. Maybe that's the highest on this first game, but even with those high damages, he is not the MVP of the first game, but definitely he has got a big chance to be the MVP on the second games. It's Sigma Bond 69 to be with 4 elims on the top 3. Then that's the team Oresty or Goresty. ARGs, the tag was, might be, but ARG Oresty 10 were on top 4. It's the match rankings. Now I see Team TGs taking those 18, Trained for Next taking the 17, Thug Life Esports taking out 11, Executioners did it too with 11 points. They finished the game. Metamind Esports has gotten earlier, but a bit of 10 eliminations. It'd love to count out for the team to be on the top 5 after the first game. That's the team All Seeing Eyes to be on top 6th with the first 8 total points, and 6 total points for Team Killer Crew and Team Alpi Georgia. It's for 5 points for the Team Justice, and the rest of the teams did get 2. The schedule or the schedule, yes, as the first match been stamped with the logo of Team TGs with 18 points, and now the upcoming next match is going to be onto the Miramar map, the longest map, but not the longest, because Rondo is not the longest or the biggest map ever on this PUBG mobile game. It's me, your QRK on the caster desk again, gentlemen. I hope you are doing great there. And let me take a bit of break. Maybe I'd have a break this time. So yeah, be right back. Gentlemen, we're back again for the next match to be happening in the into the Miramar game. Yes, it was the first game, and that was on the Irangal map. I loved it. What about you guys? Let me know that on the comment segment. The top two teams are fighting with just only one of the points, only for one of points. Yes, and 1 point would be a deciding factor for them if one of the teams would be on top or not. Now it's the 20 teams finally on the very second game. Now I can see them all, but maybe one of the teams is just avoiding, still avoiding the game or missing this second game. Now if we talk about the flight path, then the zone is definitely, no, not definitely, the zone can be on the El Pozo side or the simply against the flight path. But sometimes it supports the Los Leones, it supports the Impala, it supports the truck stop, it supports the San Martin, it supports the La Cobreria, even it supports the Doria Humada too. But it might be on Montenegro and Tumasera today. As per the flight path, you can see lots of teams are just flying for their locations. And first Team 40 is been taking out the water treatment, the La Cobreria, the El Pozo. Definitely the zone is against the flight path. So not bad, not bad. The team, whether they would see this kind of flight paths, they can understand clearly that the zone is definitely gonna be on the definitely gonna be against it. Now lots of teams have to make the rotations at first, but before that, some of the teams got the responsibilities to taking out the neighbor teams on the drop directed locations, and the locations would be Impala at first, and second would be the El Azahar. The third could be the Pecado, but not now. Pecado says, okay, we're having a safe position here. For now, at first, Team 7 Up Esports would have the moment here. Oh wow, look at that. Ace tier. Taking out the second play too. That is not bad. It's also to go with encounter. And the final finish was so aggressive that 7 Up has gotten all the points. 3 points for the team. Congo for the first three points. But you can look out for the live rankings for now. It's 18 points on the top and 17 points on the second, 11 points on the third, and 10 points on the fourth. Yes, because two of the teams is just getting 11 points, same or equal to one of another. So I may count them on the same position. It's the top three and two of the teams fighting for the position. It's Team Xyz, named as Executioners, and the team Tag Life Esports. For the team Exiled, I hoped something good would come for the team from the first game, but that is not happening. So the second game is a good game. They'd love to count it as a good game because it's a comeback match for them, for lots of teams, for the bottom teams. Team STK is taken out at first by Team 7SS, not Team 7SS, but because of the Team 7 Ups, yes, to the teams. Studying the name from the alpha, not the alphabet, the number 7. One is the 7 Up, and another one is the 7 Strongs. Now, 7 Up and 7 Strongs, right? Mm-hmm. It's lovely. Is it on the desk right now, live? Okay. Definitely, I'm lucky that I do not have the face cam. But give me a second. My brother understood what I was doing on the backside, on the backstage. Now it's the team Just Us, which didn't, get the point on the first game. But you see the team starting the game so good from 3,000 meters away from the first stage. Not bad, right? Yeah, but Just Us had just spotted the team Metamind, which took 10 eliminations earlier. So I can clearly, go for some good compliment for the team Metamind, as the team proved that they're worthy to be talking out, to be talking about, because Team Metamind has taken 10 elims. And what is the point that I'm trying to highlight because of the 10 eliminations? The point is they have taken out two of the teams on the first game. So if it is a 4v4 head-on game, then I'd love to count out for the team Metaminds, but if it is indeed a third party, then I'd not love to call out for them because the third party is dangerous for any of the teams out there. It is indeed the team Alpi Georgia. Yes, you can get them on the where? I cannot see the Georgia. Okay, now I maybe see the team Alpi. The tag is started from AL on the bottom side. Yes, so yeah, the team is not having any points for the game, but this game can get you on the tabletop. Yes, even if you have 0 points on you with you guys, then the first three matches on any tournament becomes the flip games, right? So the flip is gonna get heavy this time. I think so. But look at the weapon combinations that the team is just taking. Even I saw Elas switching the mini Putin with him with the Og. Wow. Is it a good decision? Or is it the best decision? I guess according to his role on the team, that might be a good decision for him. Definitely. Otherwise, why would he take the Og instead of taking the mini Putin? It's the Miramar game, right? So the teams would have the mid-range battles so far, and they've just been eating the mini Putin. Now, some loves to use the mini Putin, some loves to use the Og, but Og is a better weapon if you just compare it with M416, because players do love the M416. Even I do so, but Og has gotten a slight, uh, deadly on the recent times because it's got a new update, and it deals a lot of damages instead of M416. So it's a really good and latest pick for the teams. Now the team named as Just Us been able to continue the rotation without taking the casualties, because earlier a moment ago one of the team we were talking about, the team was just having the visuals for the team and they tried to make the decision for the cutoffs, but before they make any movements, the team got far. Team Just Us I'm talking about, and that's when Team Just Us just avoided the earlier casualties. It's not bad. Team Gurglin Esports, for them you can talk good, because the team is having the first point for the competition to be settled on, and now Gurglin Esports is having the rotations from the southern. It's not bad. You might say that is from the eastern, but no, it's from the southern, and from the southern eastern kind of, because lots of teams were on the eastern side and the southern sides too because of the flight path. Now only three of the teams would be inside of on the stage, on the first or second stage you might count for, and the fourth would be Team AL. Yes, Team Alpi Georgia from the southern, from the Montenegros, and some of the teams are just starting the rotation from the Varadilma, so they can count the battles too. It's Team 7 Strongs and Team Metamind to fight with Team 40s, and 40 is fighting with Team 7 Ups two at the same time. At people quick, the battle can occur, but for the Team 7 Up, it's not going that good, because now, Echo Cho 77K. Okay, not Cho but Ko. You might pronounce for. It's N7C triple K or KKK to be taken out just like that, and now he cannot expect for the rescue to be happening in, because 7 Up needs a lot of points to be on the tabletop. It's indeed Saiva to finish out N7C triple K. Then it's about Team Fortis Esports. I can see them roaming around on this water treatment, but Saiva tried to take out one player with a mini Putin. That was a bit of confident, and but later he couldn't take the point. Here Team AL's fighting with 1-2, and Team L's going in with the second knock. The first knock was finished out, and the second knock is in the making. It's Thug Life Esports on screen, and lots of teams, just any what is happening? Not so good games. Waiting for a rotation. Not bad. But how they lost fate here? I just need to investigate about it. So not so good games for the teams. It's going smooth, but not that much for the teams those are inside of the zone. It's going good for them, but for the teams those are not inside in the zone, it's not going good for them. Yes, just going good and not going good. Just taking points and not being able to take any points. Just being on the tabletop and not being able to get or match up with the speed with the tabletoppers. It's Team TG wants to fight with a team right now that might be Team NGGZ. Okay, it's X3 to take the Minipot in hand, and then Team Exiled. Okay, they're also facing the pressure. Some of the teams is just taking the edge battles, out of zone fights. Not bad because they were in a face-to-face situation, so they had to take the battles. But it'll have to watch out the team exiled fighters from now. From such a lower ground, the team is having the visuals on the high side of the hills, but it's not going good for Team 40 Sports too. Okay, not only one team, but only two teams. And now Levi gets close. Levi would be taken out. But Levi was able to make the knock. It is not Levi, but it is indeed Levi to be taken out. Doritos and Cyber being caught up just like that. It's deep end. Yeah, understood. Where the player might be Levi. He's just going with the finish. But the gun switch and the shot was so accurate, but couldn't go with the second finish. Mr. Perfect came up with the support on the perfect time, and they took out the final player. And that's it. They have the recalibration from the other side. It's Team 7-Ups to fight one with one, and that's maybe Team Georgia. It's Team Train for next. But look at the grenade. That was resort to charge the grenade. I might think for. Yeah, I'm right. It's Train for next. The T4 tag is so clear to watch out, but the grenade from resort would just catch the player next to them and Train for next. All the options they have left for is just witness the eliminations of their own teammates, but not being able to do anything. It's not going smooth. Something terrible is about to happen, and the terrible thing was for the zone. And look at the circle. The circle is definitely taking the northern part, but before you make any judgments for the circle that where it might be on the next shift, then let me tell you, this circle is having the uh, shuffled shifts every time it gets a new shift. It's Team 4 Thugs, definitely it's IQ or IQQ to think about the clutch. The first knock was smooth, the finish was cool, it was Alia. Now he tries to understand where the next footstep might be. He doesn't have any first aid kits left, he only had those smokes. He needs the support, he needs the vision. He knows there's the grenade coming out for him. He needs to dodge the grenades. He dodged it perfectly, but he got compromised from Team Jenny Sports. It's a big third body. And also for the Team 40s, with just one eliminations, the team had to get eliminated on the 17th position, and that means the team would have no placement points. Here is the Team Alpi Georgia. Yes, this is the first battle on the second match. It's Team Executioners to fight with Team Alpi Georgia, but Team Alpi Georgia has the first hand or upper hand this time. Still, Team Executioners is not letting it go that easily. They have the splits, flanks on the different angles. The grenade was accurate, but the grenade comes on this right direction. Team Executioners are just losing out the players. Now, Micro Choice first would be eliminated, Danger God would be eliminated, and Team Executioners would expect their final player top again. You remember on the first game what happened earlier ago? Just a moment ago, yes, it was Team Executioners to be the chicken dinner contender. The second contenders of the first chicken dinner is now being eliminated by the Team Alpi Georgia. such a good execution because Team Alpi Georgia is not facing any casualties, even any damages. Wow, not bad, huh? But Team Killer Crews fighting with Team Exiled and Team 7 Ups defending against Team Metaminds. Team Thug Life fighting with Team Alpi's units being taken out. And then Cho 77 keeping spotted just like that with the aggression beginning inside the warehouse and just taking out the player. It's Metamind Esports to be doing that, kid. Now Team Just Us loses on the players that was Nezha 2 earlier a moment ago. I see him in the full feed being taken down and being eliminated. Two Team Alpi Georgias fighting with Team TGs right now. TGs were the table toppers, but now the table toppers being targeted out. And the table toppers would have their victory, maybe. Yes, they do have the victory for now. It's 6 eliminations for the Team Metamind being charged out with X3 with mid 14 by an headshot. And the battles are just going one by one from the moment it was started. It's Team ASEs and also Team Thug Life Esports. Oh wow, Team Thug Life Esports. It's their first battle, but not for Team Alpi Georgias. Okay, but that's a different team. Team Thug Life has the upper hand right now. They understand this compounds are only for them, and they could go for the scouting process to find out about the final player where it might be. But they can guess that if they can get the if they cannot get the player close to them, that means the player is just heading out around the team, around the possible geographical location. You saw what Train for next were taking on to lots of damages. But finally, the kill goes for Team Metamind Esports. It is the first game when Team Metamind took 10 eliminations. Indeed, it is the second game, and Team Metamind is sticking with the plan with just only elimination points. Yes, they're just depending on their skills, like how they execute actually, and they're so confident about their executions, and that's why the team is just counting 7 eliminations too on this very second match. It's going smooth with only eliminations. They're trying to compete with the table toppers, but the table toppers says they're not only taking out the eliminations, but they're also waiting for the chicken dinner, waiting for the placement points. That's where the difference might be in. But for now, Team Jenny Sports, it's a it's a good day. It's a good day for them. It's a good match too. The team is having such a good position on the upper side of the hills, and we'd love to count out on that. Thug Life Esports having a smooth 3 eliminations. Team TGs fighting with the next team, and that's Team NGGZ. And that's it. Not so good games. The name is, now I know why they had the NGGZ tag, but the team would have no other options left but to get eliminated with only 0 eliminations. They're not taking out any placement points this time, but Team Exiled Fighters here on the other side, thinks about the zone shift because they're on the edge and on the outside of the zone, and that means the team definitely needs to break through the barriers. Now the next zone clearly has its shift on the northern side again. Team Metamind is a bit of lucky this time to have the support of the zone, but Team 7SS, known as 7 Strongs, is on the northern side to execute a split of 3-1, but the 3 split is just from the northern eastern corner where Team Metamind is waiting for. And the team started the execution too. Metamind just got the first player to be in a bleed out situation, but somehow they were able to, rescue up the player again. It's Team Just Us to lose your, and Just Us is not surviving anymore. We only share 9 teams for the second chicken dinner here. It's the 5th stage, and only 45 seconds are left to deal for this 5th stage. Now it's Team 7 Strongs from the hillside knows where Team X3s might be. Not bad. Those sprays were accurate. Not that accurate, but enough to hold the team for the location for some of the times. Team Aces fighting good with Team Killer Chris. Now Killer Chris loses all of the players except one. and that final player might think to make a clutch if he gets these opportunities, but then nobody gets close to his own vehicle, and if the vehicle gets blasted. Yes, I was only imagining about the vehicle blast, and it happened just a moment later or a second later when I was explaining that. So Team Exiled is definitely in the problem, but only 20 seconds left for the next zone to be swinged in. 7 strokes waiting inside the compounds for the Midabine to come close. And the Midabine's taking the first knock there, and now comes for the second finish. And that are sad mad to go with the jump shots, and definitely got the player in an off guard. Well, the player thought he is inside of a good cover. Then there was another elimination for another team. Yes, it is indeed the team Exiled to be eliminated, and the next zone clearly supports the center this time. It's Team Aces. There goes the Team Thug Life Esports, and Team Killer Krish will not be available anymore. They just finished the game until 5. It's the final 4 teams to go for the chicken dinner. Team TG is the table toppers, and for the first game is still playing good on this end game from the 6th stage with having 40 seconds of time at Midman Sports. Yes, they didn't have those placement points in the first game, had to finish the first game with only 10 elims without any placements, but this time the team definitely has the chance to go for the placement points too. Yes, with 10 elims, Team Midmind is getting ready again. Team Galaxies with 9 eliminations, and Team Galaxies had their first chicken. You remember that there was 9:33 to make out the first, the final 1v2 on the first match, but now it's time for Team Midmind to weakening against Team TG's. Sadmad has his second knock, and the team can have their execution close to the Team TG's. And before they come close, they would try to finish out the players too. And then the final closing was so deadly. You saw that? That was such a good vehicle ran over, and that dealt a lot of damage, but then all were able to secure the final kill too. It's ex Jerry from the Team Thug Life Esports to just defend or get kept against Team Metaminds, and now Metaminds are losing all of them because of Team Thug Life Esports. Such a good hunt by Team Thug Life, but Metamind has the top 3 finish with total 19 points. Team Thug Life is just finishing the second game. 19 points is so good, but this time Thug Life Esports can definitely expect the chicken dinner. Now it's all left for the final plan named as Logic from Team All Seeing Eyes, tagged as ASEs. Yes, doing so good in this second game. Now trying to dodge the shots. And now he knows that there might be a jump shot. He tries to take one down, but no, he cannot go for any more knockouts. The domination was from the Team Thug Life Esports, gentlemen. Now in the very second game, Team Thug Life Esports would have their comeback, but still Team TGS did great, right? Yeah, they took a lot of points. And Thug Life Esports is just expecting all seeing eyes couldn't do anything, so it's a BDB chicken dinner you might count for. So not a BDB chicken dinner, because in the first game there was Team Galaxies tagged as Team TGs, but this time it's Team Thug Life Esports, so a new team to come up with a new chicken dinner, right? That's good. It's a really balanced lobby, you might say, for, because not only one team is dominating the whole lobby, but many of the teams are just playing it good. Yes, you never know that which team can come up on the second on the third game. Yes, that's an unpredictable thing, but for the final blow, it is such a good execution, I'd love to say, because Team Thug Life Esports had the support from the back ends, but with 2 different angles, and the final blow was also accurate. Yes, the team didn't take the risk, and because of just being with the team and playing a team gameplay, now they can celebrate their chicken dinner too. And it was with such lots of elimination points, like 13 elimination points in total to be counted out. And 13 elimination means with the chicken dinner the team can count total of 23 points for the collection. The first table topper had 18 points in the first game, and then they did great on the second game too, but the second game goes good for Team Thug Life Esports, so we can definitely have some expectations that on first game Team Thug Life did secure some of the points. Now both can count a massive number, and that means they can clearly go for the shuffles. It was 1400 No, 14,253 of total healings, 0 of vehicle eliminations, and 53 of assists, and 2 of the grenade eliminations right there. But the teams were using lots of grenades inside of the game, but only 2 of the grenades were just completed for the elimination purposes. 75 total knockouts and 73 of eliminations, so it counts more than 70 plus, and that means the match was as aggressive as the first game. The head-to-head segment clearly gets to Metamind with their 19 points for the collection, and with the highest elimination points on the second game. So clearly Team Metamind Esports is just being so confident with the team gameplays and also with the team execution parts. But for Team Tug Life Esports, it's really getting beneficial. But with only the lead for the 4 points, the team might be in danger. That's all from Team Metamind Esports with the MVP title, with 4 eliminations and 740 damages in total, and 4 of assists, but 560 of total healings, and that means Olf was taken out 5 times in total. And not 5 times, but you can count like 3 or 4 times. That should be enough. He was taking a lot of damages, but still she get those 4 eliminations for him and dealt a lot of damages, and that means she got the MVP title from now. But definitely that's a good shuffle on the overall MVP leaderboard. Gentlemen, we have 2 overall leaderboards, one for the team overall leaderboard and another for the single players for the most valuable leaderboard, right? Or most valuable players leaderboard. And here on the MVP leaderboard, you need to fight for yourself with the damages mainly and with the eliminations too slightly. But the priority goes for the damages. This time it's Mind Ulf, yes, Metamind's Ulf, which gets 740 damages, and that's the highest in this whole game. And then Sadmad clearly has his 5 elims, and Shoyo, yes, or Shoyor getting those 4 elims for the team and 381 total damages. For Tug Life Esports, it's Jordar or Gordar, yeah, and then there was Xerox from TGs. The TG is the table topper after the first game, but after the second game, I'm in a bit of doubt, like which new team would come up on top. Now let's go for the Team TGs, Team Galaxies. Yes, Team Galaxies has taken 13 more points, and that means they'll definitely be the new table toppers too. They'd be defending the tabletop opposition against the other teams. Now it's Team Metamind has the 19 points, All Singers has the 13 points, and Tug Life Esports has the 23. So you can count clearly top 4 teams to be taken out those double digit of numbers. Killer Crew has 7 total points for the collection. Kirkland Esports has 5, 4 points for the Team Alpi Georgia, and Jen Esports has the 4. Yes, 3 points for 3 teams. Fortis Esports, 7 Up and Exiled Fighters. 2 points for 2 teams, 7 Strongs and Afterlife. 1 point for 3 of the teams, and some of the teams were not being able to take any of the points from this game. It's overall top place list, and now we see 933 getting his top position again because of the eliminations he has. Yes, total 1638 damages, and that's the highest on this MVP leaderboard. And that's the highest number of eliminations. So if you count both of the sides of the damages and the kills, the 933 or Y933 would be on top here. Then Cabrera, yeah, Cabrera is definitely the second competitor because he has the damage closest to Y933. And if he just gets 4 more eliminations and deals a slight bit of higher damage than Y933, then he can have his comeback. And then he can have his, yes. Now we see Gordar, yes, from Team Tug Life, not Gordar, that was Order, man. I was just pronouncing the G too, but later I found out about the tag, and that's Thug tag, right? So from Tug Life Esports, the player Order was there. My bad, man. I do love you, man. I love you guys. Overall standings, if you look out for this, now definitely we can count the new table toppers. That's Team Tug Life Esports in their order was on the competitor list. With 31 it's Team TGs, with 29 it's Team Metamind, with 21 it's Team ASAs, means All Seeing Eyes, with 18 points it's Team T4L and Team Killer Chris with 13 points, 11 points for Team EXEs, means Executioners, and 10 points for Team Argo, and 7 points for the Team Gen, 6 points for the team G East and 6 points for the team 7 Up 2. 6 points for the team Just Us 2. 4 points for the teams Exultant in 40 East and the 3 points for team Established and 2 points for 7SS Alpi Georgias and 40s. 1 point for team NGZZ. Yes, no, not good gamers. Not so good gamers. Then STK and Raven would have 0 points from this game, but STK did participate while Raven did not. But Thug Life Esports is not so secure with the tabletop position because they do only share 3 points for the gap. With the team TGs, yes, you can clearly see both of the teams taking the two of the chicken dinners. In the first, it was team TGs, on the second, it was team Thug Life Esports, but on the third, it will be the new map, and that is the Rondo. Upcoming match will be onto. The schedule says that now Thug Life Esports had their logo. Definitely, they do have the logo stamped on the second Miramar game, but now a new team I'd love to expect for to come up to stamp for their logo on the third Rondo map. Let's see what happens next. Now's the time for me, QRK, on your caster desks to be taken a little bit of break and to come back. Stay tuned with me. Gentlemen, welcome back on this PUBG Mobile Morvex tournament, gentlemen. Yes, now on the first two games, I didn't announce that how many teams would be qualified on the grand finale after these four games only. Yes, now is the time to announce that. Only the top three teams would be able to get qualified on the next finale. Yes, that's it. Only the top three teams now would be counting out on that. It's the very third game, and it's a table turner map. Every time the third game becomes the table turner map, the first three games, right? So it is indeed the third game, and now I'm watching 19 teams. So two of the teams might just miss the game. Not bad. But all of the teams, those are good with the battles. Those will have their glory for now. So I heard about the Metamind Esports just a moment earlier that they were being champions, winning a championship title on the previous day, on the last night, with only the elimination points, and there were not enough of placement points, like 12 or something. But they were confident enough with the elimination points they did secure on the last night, and that means I can clearly hope for the team Metamind Esports for this third game too, because Rondo is all about the ground gameplays. Yes, so and the team Metamind Esports just proved us that on the first two games the team only dependent, only getting dependent for the kill points, right? Yes, it was 14 elimination points on the second game, and 10 freaking eliminations on the first game. That definitely tells us some stories. For now, it's the 19 teams on the first stage of this around the map. It's in the team Jenny Sports, yes, to be fighting with a team. There is the team Killer Chris to be defending against the team that was Baka Baka to be eliminated against in the hand of Shinra with the Minipur. And now team Killer Crew tries to go with the encounters. It's Sigma Boy 69 to fight alone, not alone, but with the team, but gets the upper hand. That's the encounter that was needed for the team. But the Metamind Esports are also so close with this location, so they might count it as a triple threat battle from now. Killer Crew doing it good. Sigma Boy has his revenge for now. Killer Crews waiting for a good hunt. X3 comes up with Metamind, and Hisoka 666 would be eliminated just like that. Metamind losing out the first player. Shockwave for real. Yes, Shockwave FR. The FR might mean for real. Now look at that. Sano, SW Sano takes out another player from a different angle. That is such a good sneak peek. Now Sano is going for the next support. That is also good. He did a lot of damages, and now he took another knock. That is such a deadly one, man. In a close combat. Yeah, such a crouch shot. I can see a clear talent from the player. Toby Jr. would be eliminated. Juice Guard would be eliminated. Tokyo has taken Juice Guard. Deep in 6-9 is just completely eliminated. 7-Ups. Ace Chair just got in danger. Team Tug Life Esports fighting with Team Justas. Team GEs fighting with Team ARGOs. Team T4Ns encountering with Team 7-Ups and Alpi Georgias is just expecting the first win here. Yes, they do have the 2 eliminations, but they're not winning in this moment. Still one more player to eliminate for, but that is the play, Mr. Perfect. Okay, I saw him in the second game to defend against a whole team, but now all he can expect for is no other grenades inside of the compound of the room he's having his rescue for his teammate. And the grenade gets close. The grenade will be getting blasted. And both of them just got compromised. Just like that. It's Team Alpi Georgias to be counting out those 4 eliminations for the team. And the first team to be eliminated for the team would be Team GEs. Now it's Team 40 QQ to fight with Team Justas Esports, and also Team Tug Life Esports is just heading on for the location Yulin. It's Team Gen, yes, with Team Exile, and Zen has the finish. 7-Ups has the encounter, and also the finish comes as soon as possible. The knock was making onto it is N7C Triple K to taking out the final kill, and from Doc from Team 40s, Justas is just getting eliminated. Team T4 ends being in trouble because of Team 7-Ups, and then there we see Ace here fighting in a 1v1 with Tanisha and then actually not Tanisha, that was Shisha. Okay, but the tag was T4N, so I just counted 4 as A alphabet, and then T and A and N. That counted the whole name as pronounced by Tanisha, but that was Shisha. Now it's indeed the team SW to be eliminated at first on this third game, but we see the top three teams like Team Tug Life Esports, Team TGs named as Team Galaxies, and also the Team Miramind Esports on the top threes. And that means they are the defenders here for the bottom teams here, for the teams beneath them. So it's all seeing eyes right on the top four with 21 points, and the team hasn't started any of the battles for now till now, and that means on the end game we might see them fighting for the points. It's only the 8 points for the gap, yeah, to be filled up with competing with Team Metaminds, but Team Jane Sports, the 10th competitor on this competition, is just dealing the drop clash battle till now. That is the Team Exiled Esports to fight with Team Gen Esports, and now Team Gen counts their first point, counts their first upper hand lead. Then the Team 40's been in the problem. That's 40's Doc to fight alone. Yes, and Doc is fighting alone there. Three of his teammates are just getting eliminated. But now Team 40's would survive no more because Team Thug Life Esports would eliminate them all and would count their first 6 eliminations from the location they're fighting for. Then we would definitely be able to see Team Gen Esports here with the full roster, with the first upper hand, with the first points, and now looking forward for the second knock to be happening in Exiled Esports. Hasn't let them be inside, so that's a problem. But Team Gen Esports is just getting in a smooth format. Now, Exiled should not peek for, but Exiled Fighters try to peek in. It's Exiled CYP to be in a different angle. Both of the teams has their position going good as the opponent cannot come close. But Team Exiled Fighters been in the problem at first, been thinking about the pressure because they're just losing the first team, not the Team Gen is losing the teammate. So the next circle is closing in within just 5 seconds. Yes, the first zone shift would be in the middle. I hope so. That's Zedena City and Dongqing and Yeongu. But Yeongu gets supported by the stage. The next fight could be on the western side. It is definitely indeed inside on the northern eastern side. Team 7 Strongs waiting for the battle to be completed. Team TGs waiting on the northern side to be inside of the next stage too. But Team Exiled Fighters still not letting it happen. They do not want to account the casualties. Now the problem understood where Q might be, and the problem encountered it with the final good blow. Then CYP came up with the support. The battle is happening right now. Archer takes down the body, and then CYP becomes the final player here, just getting spotted by not only two but 3 players from Team Zen Esports. Now Zen has the victory against the Exiled Fighters. Now Exiled Fighters and no more on the 15th position. You need more than 32 points to be on the top 3. Yes, Team Metamind has the first 2 eliminations. The team counts the total 31 points for the collection, and they definitely want to be inside in the top 3 teams to get qualified on the grand finale. It's all seeing eyes on the next list to deal a battle. Now all seeing eyes were on the 4th position, and this fight is very, very important for them to survive. You see the support coming out from Nixius, and Nixius just kicks out one. And Nixius goes with the second knock. Nixius tries to go with the third knock too, but Frag Knight was so accurate to deal down the final player, and Team 7 Strong would be eliminated. All Seeing Eyes has the first 4 eliminations. 7-Ups has the first 4 eliminations. Just complete the battle. Team ALP is fighting with Team ALs and Afterlife. Yeah, the tag is AL, but the team names would be Afterlife. I love the name because they're thinking about the afterlife. Yet it's not about this dunya or this world, right? You test death in the certain age that has been written for you, and so you should think about the afterlife too. While it depends, the afterlife depends on this life, this practical life, like how you use your life. to be in support for your neighbors, for your families, for yourself. And if you do good, if you do just great on this world, you just do great in the afterlife. That's the part. Now, give me a second. Mm, okay, no seconds needed. I have an urgent call on this late night. But why? I'm thinking about that. We do only share 11 teams for the lobby for now. So let's go for the battles. Team EXE is named as executioners. Being on the northern western, team 40 esports tagged as 40E. Is this doing it good? But give me a second. Just 10 or 20 seconds more, okay? It's an urgent call. Thank you for having the patience. I saw Team Midland Sports to be slamming inside in the compounds, and now they can count more of the elimination points, right? Yes, it's going so great from the side of Team Tuglife Esports and from the side of Team Midamite Esports. But now Team Tuglife Esports cannot count their 4 players alive anymore. It's Team 7 Up fighting into Team TGs, that's Team Galaxies in the top 3s. And now you see Team 7 Ups has really gotten some bad position here. I hope I'm back. Yes, Team Galaxies now counts the time for the rescue to be happening in, but the grenade would just cut them off guard. But the grenade comes in and they dodged it perfectly. It's the Team All Seeing Eyes to be in problem, Team Galaxies to be in the problem, Team 7 Ups to be in the problem, but the rest of the 7 teams are just going smooth. Then Team 7 Up actually counting inside for the Team Galaxies, but this is clearly a head-on battle on the northern western side of this 4th stage. Only one of the team can survive, but both of the teams can survive if they can do that. But N7C Triple Cage is getting the next knock here. Now Team 7 Up clearly faces pressure, and 7 Up still trying to deal with the pressure, but not anymore. It's Rikshasha to be dealing with the casualties. Now Team Galaxies would just do it great, because Team 7 Up cannot count their firepowers anymore. It's just the final player Ace tier, but also been taken away by Xerox. So Team Galaxy now can count their first 4 elimination points coming in, the top 2 competitors in the leaderboard. The IC Team ARGO Argo, taking the first 4 points, and then Team All Seeing Eyes finishing out another team, that is Team NGZZ, but not taking the whole team, but taking one of the players. It's the Team Metaminds fighting with a good shot. Shoyor taking two of the knocks. So Shoyo are, yes, getting to the knocks here with just one magazine. And now all he counts for the edge. All Seeing Eyes is their competitor. Team 40 is fighting with Team ALE, Team Ace is fighting with Team Mind, and Team Midmind loses their second player to that Sadmad. At first, it was Hisoka 666, and then it's Sadmad on this very fourth stage. But still, Team Midmind Sports is counting their 4 or 5, yeah, not 4 but 5 of eliminations. Now it's the time for the next zone to be shifting in, and Team Midmind instance now they need to clear the path before they makes the move. Team All Seeing Eyes counts their terrier to be taken out but cannot go for the rescue, but all they can count for is to just fight back. Now they definitely can, or they can try to get close to the Midmind, but they understand that this zone is on the shrink after some seconds, like 1 minute of time. But Midmind, yeah, they count the time for the rescue mission. It's only the final 8 teams to be settling the score for the leaderboard. Team Thug will only be able to take 7 eliminations but not being able to take any of the placement points, so they can count for their 41 points. Now 41 points in the tabletop of points, right? So Team Galaxies knows the point. Yes, now they knows about it. They have the 35 points. They need 6 more points to be crossing over Team Thug Life Esports. Team Mind going in again against Team All Seeing Eyes. Then Team Mind securing the knocks, but Team All Seeing Eyes encountering with Team Mind, and that's it. Team All Seeing Eyes is just not surviving anymore because of the team not so good gamers. Now All Seeing Eyes still survives. That's Frag Knight, the final solo player available from the team, but for the Team Midminds, it's not going that smooth too because it's on the edge and against the odds. There are some other teams, but the vehicle is just running in the lake, and that's why he cannot think about the support or the blockage anymore. It was such a great molotov by Elas, and the molotov was just punching in for the player. So Saiba would definitely be taken out with that molotov only. It was Zanzo from Team Afterlife to be eliminated, and now Afterlife just gets eliminated on the 8th spot with one of the placements and 2 of the eliminations. They can count 3 of the points coming out from this third game. It's Team Executioners, yeah, being the problem for the Team Executioners, and Team Midmind. That was all. Oh my goodness, what he just did. Did he eliminated the whole team by himself alone? What is that? Midmind's Ulf is just getting so aggressive for now as he gets the northeastern corner, but definitely the next problem is just getting close to Midmind's Ulf. It's the tabletop of Team Galaxies, and Team Galaxies dealt with it. So Midmind can count the 8 of eliminations and 2 of the placement points because they got eliminated on the 6th spot. So 10 points is still coming out for the Midminds. And that's a good number to just make out the consistency for this team. Now team can clearly count the 39 total points because of the 10 points. Yes, 39 total points, and that means the team TG's Team Galaxies are still far away from the tabletop opposition, but still they can count the players, right? The firepowers standing up good. But then Phoenix eliminated Xerox, such a good spot with a vehicle inside of this water side. He can switch out to the passenger seat and go. He can go with his praise. Yes, there you see the position switch on the passenger seat from the driver's seat. It's a good theory. It's a good skill of one player, but for the Team Alpi Georgia, it's also going the same. They're also getting instead of the vehicle. Now one of them, if one of them wants the reload, he can have his reload, and if one of them wants to fight back, he can just fight back by taking the passenger seat. Now the next zone definitely closing in. It's only for the final 14s for the survival, for the making in, and the next zone clearly chooses its path, its destination, and the destination says no other team is having the advantage. Now All Seeing Eyes would be eliminated in the 4th position by getting 4 of the placements, and some of the elimination points are there, but then Team Galaxy is expecting to continue. I understand where Phoenix might be in and charges a lot against Phoenix. But Phoenix is just giving the kill for the Team Galaxies. That's it. It tried to survive till the last breath, and now it's for the final two teams to deal for the chicken dinner. Clearly, you can see the advantage. That's Team Galaxies being on the land side, and on the water side, it's Team Algaes. And Team Galaxies eliminates them all by finding them out behind the drop, airdrop. Such a good finish by Team Galaxies, taking out lots of elimination points and also been able to take the second chicken dinner for the team being just played on the third game. So that's yeah, you can count two chicken dinners for the Team Thug Life Esports, right? So definitely they can just chill out and cheers for the chicken dinner. This team is on top right now. Again, they just took their position. But for the team's Thug Life Esports, definitely they'd be on the second position. And the team Metamind Esports is still on the top three. So that is the result. Team All Seeing Eyes tried the level best to take down Team Metamind from the third spot, but they cannot. Maybe, still I can say maybe, because we do not know about the collection of the points. So that's why we cannot count, because All Seeing Eyes had their 8 eliminations counting in, and then at the end, Team All Seeing Eyes were not available. But behind the airdrop, the location was so much predictable for the Team Galaxies, and Team Galaxies understood as soon as the next zone was shrinking in. They were just going in with the scouts, behind the drop, or with the pre-fires, right? With that, you can just get a shade in and smoke too. You can just spam inside of a smoke to just find out whether if a player is just hiding inside of the smoke or inside of the cover or not. That goes the same with the water side, because that's not a clear blockage but a clear opening for the opponents. It's definitely wine and tree to be trading out, with this chicken. Then there's Vixe and Xerox with their total 11 elims, 21 another points are just counting in for the Team Galaxies. 21 total points. Wow. Not total, but total from this match. If you count out that, 81 of total knockouts and 70 of total eliminations, 7,000 total healings and 0 of vehicle eliminations, 34 of assists and 2 of grenade eliminations were there on the match summary list. But you can clearly count out for those 81 knockouts, the match was definitely getting higher. But for the next night, it'll be definitely some new teams to be fighting for the qualification for the grand finale. We have 3 stages. From the semi-finale, we saw top 2 teams getting qualified directly for the grand finale. Now we see the top 3 teams on this survival stage to be getting qualified on the grand finale. The head-to-head segment, that says Team TGs and Team All Seeing Eyes. Wow, in the head-to-head segment, now Team TGs has the 21 points and All Seeing Eyes has the 12 total points. So that means Team All Seeing Eyes is getting close with the Meta Minds, but we saw the Meta Minds being able to secure 10 points from this game by taking 8 elims into the placements. So that means Team All Seeing Eyes had their gap with the Meta Minds of 8 points. Now, by taking 10 and counting the 8 in total, in an addition for the Meta Minds, it would be 18 points for the gap, but 12 points in the making for the Team All Seeing Eyes, and that means 6 more points they'd need for the crossover against Metamind. But now you see who is the MVP again. That is Ulf from Metamind, by dealing 1013 damages, lots of damages with only 4 of eliminations. 4 of knocks were there, 114 of healings were there, 1 of assists were there, and the survival time was top notch. But at the end, Ulf did great for his team, but there were 5 eliminations, more than Ulf, but not enough damages to be said about. It's Vixe from Team Galaxies to be contributing 5 eliminations for him and the damages. But Ulf from Metamind Esports doing it great. Then Fate from Not So Good Gamers getting 3 elims with 950 damages. That was as close as Mind Dolces is. And then Phoenix from Team 40s Esports and Thug Order Yeah, the player named as Order. I know how he pronounced that. Yeah, with 550 damages and 4 limbs. He's doing it that good on the MVP lists. Now the match rankings that says the teams are not getting any points. It is 6 teams or 7 teams to met counter. That was from Raven Gaming, Team Strike Esports, Team Exalt Fighters, Team Drain for Nix and Team Gurklen Esports, and also for the Team 7 Strongs and Team Justice to be not getting any points from this game, but 2 points for the Team Executioners, 3 points for 2 of the teams Afterlife and 4 Tugs and Team Killer Chris, 4 points for 2 of the teams Team Genie Sports and Team Shockwave for Real, 5 points for one of the team 7 Ups and 6 points for one of the team for Ninja's Not So Good Gamers. Not so good games, yeah. 7 points for the team Thug Life Esports and 10 points for the team Metamind and 10 points for the team Fortis Esports, 12 points for the team Alpi Georgia and 12 points for the team All Seeing Eyes. Wow, same points for lots of teams. Team Galaxy is getting 21, and that's so different because that's the highest on this third game, and now the team can have their tabletop opposition again after the third game. That's the comeback I was talking about. Yeah, but still one more match to go to be deciding that which top 3 teams is just going in for the grand finale. So let's hope for the best. The match rankings, but before we head on for the overall leaderboard, we'd love to watch out for the top players. Yes, the overall MVP leaderboard. Now the new player definitely would be 9-3 because of the 3 eliminations he's taken from this game too, with dealing total of 2129 of damages, with maintaining 4.33 KD ratio, yeah, elimination per match ratio. And that's it, 13 points with 2000 plus damages, 11 points with 1600 plus damages for the team Thug Life Esports, and the player was Order for the second competition. But you see on the overall standings, it's definitely the 6 points of a gap for the team All Seeing Eyes to catch up with the top 3 teams. That's the Mirrorman Esports, just dealing 2 points for the gap with the team Thug Life Esports, and Thug Life Esports is just dealing 11 points of the gap with the team Galaxies. That's the competition, but the bottom teams has only one more match left to be in the top 3, and the top 3 teams only has one more match left to be defending in for the position for the qualification. Let's see which is gonna be the team to be in on the top 3 teams right after the final 4th game ends. It's Team Argo with 22 total points. It's Team T4Ns with 18 points, 16 points for the team Killer Chris, 14 points for the team Fortis Esports, 13 points for the team Executioners, 11 points for the team 7 Ups and team Genie Sports, 7 points for the teams Team Not So Good Games and Team SWs, 6 points for the teams it's Team Just Us and Team GE Esports, 5 points for the teams it's Team ALs means Afterlives and Team 40s. Yeah, not 40s but 40. Yeah, then 4 points for the team Exalt and 2 points for the team 7 Strongs, and 0 points for the team TKS and Team Raven, which just participated on 1 game but missed out the 3 of the games. Now it's all for the final 19 teams to be dealing for the last chance for the qualification process for the grand finale stages. Only 6 points to go for Team All Seeing Eyes. Definitely Team Metamind would love to watch it for that, but yeah, it was the same team which took the first chicken in the third game. That's the Team Galaxies. Congratulations for getting 2 chicken dinners in 3 games. Wow, what a consistency. Now the upcoming final match for this group A would be on the Irangal map. Gentlemen, it's your host QRK again on the caster desk. Let me take a little bit of break and to come back with the final game. Stay tuned with us. After just such a short little break, yes, the intensity is getting out of control right now. The excitement is just far, far from the expectations, and the teams are just showing greatness over the competition. Now, the top three teams says they need to defend their position for the qualification process, and the bottom three teams says they need to be qualified to just settle their score with the top three teams. That is the competition. So now, the competition is definitely getting counted for the top six teams, and even if you just count 25 plus points from the bottom 8th and ninth position, so that might count the qualification for them on the top 3 list. But then the 18 teams are just getting ready to be settling their score for the final game for this group. Hey, gentlemen, you are watching PUBG Mobile Morvex tournament. I'm your host QRK for the night, yes, for the lobby and for the competition. I hope you enjoy me as I explain the competition for you guys. Now, the flight path is just definitely starting from the Georgia Pool and ending onto the Novoripnoi. It's not bad. So, the zone where it might be on Stolba, it might be on Quarry or Katka. Let's see where the zone supports. It might be on the Mansion too with the Yasnaya Poliana. But at first, some of the teams are just jumping earlier on the Georgiopol northern city, the southern city, the container locations, the ruins would be taken, the Gatka can be taken, the Rozu could definitely be taken out, the school compound would be taken, the Poching could be taken by Team Jenny Sports, and the farm would be taken, the shelter, the maid, the prison, the mansion, the Lipovka would be taken too. I guess so. But at first, the drop, these battles are not happening on the western northern side. You know, this zone is supporting the Katka and the quarry, and I understood about the zone meta. Yes, understood it very clearly because the zone is every time the zone is supporting the on the altar side where the actually where the flight path happens. Now, if the flight path starts from the northern to the southern, then you might count it for the eastern or the western side for the zone to be happening in. Now, the flight path is starting from the Georgia Pool to the Novoripna. It divides the map on two other sides. It's the southern and western, and that's the northern and the eastern. But the zone is supporting the southern and the western. And that's it. Gatka becomes a good spot for the teams, but only five of the teams would be available inside of the first stage, and the rest of the 13 teams are just outside the zone. Now, the first battle definitely can be on the Yasnaya Poliana. You can see from the mini screen, it's Team 7 Strongs 2 fighting in for the qualification process on this final game, and that's the Team Not So Good Games. But that's not. It's Mail Tower. Team 7 Ups are fighting for Team Metamind Esports. But this is really a good game for the Team Metamind Esports. They cannot lose in if they want to get qualified because only 6 points to go for the Team All Seeing Eyes to be just going in neck to neck with the Team Metaminds with the same points. But Team All Seeing Esports is also in the problem because from prison they're just being in a drop clash brawl. And that's it. Team All Seeing Eyes has the first point, has the first lead. Still, you cannot say that far. You cannot predict because it's Team 40's esport, and I see Shiva hasn't been able to take any gun yet. So if he just gets one weapon in his hand, he might count in. He might count himself in for the battle. But Team 7 Strongs losing out the first player. That was Naxias or Nixias. Yeah, it's Team Alchingas fighting with Team 40s and taking the next knock. That was Chris Z to be taking the knock. Then Team 7 of Sports comes up with the Metamind and also been taken out. And then Team 7 counts the second knock too, and Metamind also encounters it with it. And Metamind needs a lot of points. Now, Team 7 Up has the third knock too, and Metamind. This is Shoyo R. Understood. There's the final play, but he couldn't be able to take out the play. That was an 1v4 class from the start of the 7-Up Esports. Team 7-Up just eliminated the third competitor, Metamind Esports. Now is the chances open for the Team All Seeing Eyes to just settle the score of 6 total points to cross over to Metamind Esports. Yes, there is an opening by Team 7-Up Esports, and definitely Team All Seeing Eyes would love to show some support for the Team 7-Up since Team 7-Up did what they wanted to do so. Now it's Team Killer Crews, right? Yes, indeed. From this Yasnaya Poliana. And the zone is clearly supporting the southern western side after the first flight path was appearing. But it's Team All Seeing Eyes, and their IC Logic been able to take another finish All Seeing Eyes has the 2 points in the counting, and now they would love to count out three total points because Shiva have been taken out two. It's Levi to just, abandon the battle and fall back. But that might be a problem for him because there is a new team and the team might be named as Team After Life. But Team After Life eliminates the final player of Team Fortish Esports, and Team Fortish are just losing in. But still, 15 more teams to go. Now, Team All Seeing Eyes understands that there's the Team Fortish Esports. Okay, were eliminated, but Afterlife would love to interrupt with them, so All Seeing Eyes goes in at first. And then Team All Seeing Eyes expects their first knock. There. We see Team Train for next to fight inside from this Rogic location against Team Fortish, but Fortish has their git split and 40 pound eliminating Phoenix. Then Train for next. This is Cabrera. Wow, such a good support from the rooftop to the rooftop. That was Fortish IQQ. And the angle has been broken. The Fortish Mafia gets inside of the compound. Would definitely be thinking for the rescue for the player, as the player was able to just be inside of this compound, be in a good cover. Let's Train for next. Shisha. And Shisha is just changing his position, but not changing in, trying to go in a flank. And the flank would be from the northern side to just get all of the visuals against four thugs. That's where the 40 tank counts in. Four thugs. We see Thug Life Esports here. Now we see team four thugs. So yeah, I'd love to watch out the head-on battle between Team Thug Life Esports and Team 4 Thugs because they do share the same kind of name. Now, Team 4 Thugs has their first upper hand here, and with Team T4N is not counting the upper hand, but now Cabrera can just go for the finish against Mafia, but Mafia is okay, Mafia, but not knowing Cabrera, and AB understanding about Shisha, so they understand where the flanks are. The Mafia has his backup. All Seeing Eyes in the problem by Team Afterlife. Yes, if All Seeing Eyes gets eliminated there, that would be a problem for them. Metamind this poll. We're losing in against Team All Seeing Eyes, and if and only if Team All Seeing Eyes gets eliminated without taking the 6 elimination points for them total, or 6 total points, even with the elimination with the placement points, it will not be happening. Now, Cabrera gets the first knock against Mafia. Then we see Team G is getting eliminated by a clutch. Wow, that was Kana 666 taking out 2 of the players, and that's it. Cabrera getting with the second knock. It's Stylo on the kill feed with the knock again. Frozen with a grenade, and that gets Fragnite. And Zen Sports counting in for the player. This is the second player they're counting in for the bleed out situation of the problem, and Dino 33 doesn't have that much HP left, but both recovered their health, and then the next player would get caught up by taking down the vehicle to just make out the movement part. It's Alpi Georgia. Yes, definitely winning in this situation, right? It's the final player Dino, and they can clearly go for the final finish. Look at the player's praise and the support from the stylish side. Alpi Georgia eliminates them all, but Fate from not so good games comes in for the third party for the hunt for the points. All Seeing Eyes are just getting eliminated. Oh, there has been a dramatic shift on the top 3 and top 4 spot because Team All Seeing Eyes, all they would need for the 6 points in total to be able to get qualified on the next grand finale. But with only 4 points, the journey has ended. Team Train for next completes a close combat battle against Killer Crews, and Team Train for next actually did a good good thing because I only saw one of the player from Team T4N to be taking those 7 eliminations. Was it really only a single player to take out all of those points? Maybe I just saw that in a little bit of a visual, but I see it's Team Alpi Georgia, being in the problem or making out the problem on the Georgiopol Hills side. Now it's the five eliminations that they're counting in for, right? Yes, but Team Alpi Georgia is on the 12th position, right? Yes, but this is not Team Alpi, this is Team Argo on the top 5 list. They need a lot of points to cross over against Team Miramind Esports, but it's Team Executioners to be fighting with Team SGs. Yeah, that's Team SWs to be tagged in. But Executioners is in the problem. Strikers Esports knows where Team Executioners might be in. Team Galaxy is fighting with the Team Executioners, not top been taken out. And Team Galaxy is taking a lot of points. Extreme Kufi taking out Thug Nipnap, and then Team Executioners getting eliminated just like that. Brawl by the Team Strikers Esports. But with a clear third party from the Team 7 Ups. Yes, indeed, it is the Team 7 Ups, gentlemen. Getting close, the Team Strikers Esports, and now 7 Up wants these 4 elimination points, where Team Argod eliminates the Team Not So Good Games. Now it's Team 7 Up getting the second knock. 2 is the time for the final closing. Look at the third knock of Sosa. Ace has taken the player out. But before the team makes the closing, Team Strikers Esports tries to make one rescue, even at least that is possible. Yeah, and the rescue was completed. Now Nix has gotten all the responsibilities. He just falls back to dodge out the grenade. He understands the team might go for the grenades. Now, the first knock was made. The grenade was made. Uh-oh, but the finish was not so smooth. And Team 7 of Esports would be just winning at this position. That was a bit of a battle for the team, but still there is another team to go, and that's the Table Toppers. Literally? Is this happening? Yes, the Table Toppers are here for the final processing. Team 7 of Esports has to defend again. The grenade will be blasted out, and the grenade blasts, and the player he will be taken. Uh-oh, look at the first knock from Silent, but he was just being off guard from the splits of the team support by Team Galaxy, and Team Galaxy just does it smoothly. Yes, did it smoothly. They just love to do it smoothly. Only the final 6 teams left in this 36. Okay, second stage. It is the second stage. And overall 12 teams just got eliminated. How many teams you'd love to count for? That is the Team T4N and also the Team Argo. The Team Argo, look at them. Taking a lot of points. The tagged as Argo but named as Alpi Georgia on the 5th position, the team which is capable of crossing over to Miramind Esports if there has this chicken dinner. But now you see Team Tuglef Esports not just being stopped but trying to stop down the Team Alpi Georgians. It's a good close combat battle, but look at the flanks of Team Alpi Georgians. Definitely Team Tuglef Esports will be cut off guard, but the Nip tried to support out the player, and then Shisha from the kill feed taking out the afterlives. Jerry from the kill feed taking out Argod again. Okay. Now it's the second knock against Argod. That's the Team Alpi Georgia. Yes. Now Team Thug Life Esports also losing out the players right now. Only has the 4 of eliminations. They need a lot more to defend their position. And the grenade was so accurate. Jerry with the grenade that makes 2 the knocks. Team Galaxy is just taking all of the advantages and making the finishes. And now the final closing move, but Jerry takes 1 player too. And now Jerry tries to go for the reload. Look at the second knock. Jerry didn't 1v2 from the check. But Team Galaxy finished it out. And Team Galaxy would count 9 eliminations. The table toppers are getting so smooth. And look at that. Team Galaxy been able to get inside. Team Alpi Georgia has the 8 points in the count. Now they can count total 30 points. They need 9 more points for the qualification process. But somehow Team Galaxy understands that there is a team next to them, or close next to them, and they might go for the final slammings, right? Yeah, they did counted it for. And now Team Galaxy tries to just get the flank position at first so that they can surround the player and so that he cannot just get far away from the team. They just chase him down. This is a chasing moment on this final game. This game becomes so aggressive. And look at that, Jinx trying to make the 1v1. Oh, he switched his position in an instant, dodged, another vehicle ran over, but finally couldn't do anything because Xerox just eliminates him with a vehicle ran over. Now, 10 points in the count for the team Galaxies. It's the team indeed after life to be expecting a good game on this match. Yes, but this is the final chance for the teams. Only the team is surviving that will be afterlife and team not so good games. Yes, if you love to watch out for the competitors how they're competing, so the competitor teams are the team afterlife and the team not so good games, but the table toppers, those will be the team galaxies. And they're just in a chilling moment because they're just chilling out with the elimination points they've got so far because they have got nothing to lose. They're on the tabletop position and the first position, and nobody is just capable to cross over them. That much point that you have right now. Afterlife enters into the atmosphere of this Team Galaxy's location. Now, Afterlife, Zanzo takes a different path, and Maxim loses the control of the buggy. It expects lots of space from the hillside, and he might be getting just caught off guard. But then you see the knock. Wow, from Afterlife, it's really a good knock. But then Team Galaxies just handled the situation by taking an alter knock, and now Team Galaxies is just expecting the rescue. But Team Afterlife understands that that might be the best position for the rescue. The grenade gets blasted. Oh wow, what a grenade! That is such a good grenade, right? But before the grenade takes out the player got in the middle side, and that's it. Team Galaxies. Yes, dealing with a lot of pressure against the team Afterlife. So now Team Afterlife just takes out one of the player Y933, the player which took the MVP title in the first game where Team Galaxy built an 1v1 situation against Team Executioners. Now Team Galaxy, all they need is to just deal the situation. It's the team of Zanjo just deals all of the shots but getting taken out just like that by the team gameplay from the Team Galaxies. Yes, it is the final play indeed, also been able to uh, take out the play two by the Team Galaxies. So that's not bad. Team Galaxies did it so great. This is the final game, and all they're taking is the chicken dinner. They're taking three chicken dinners in 4 games. What? Are you freaking kidding me? Three chicken dinners in just 4 games for Team Galaxies. This team will definitely do good on the grand finale. I'd love to keep some expectations for the team. We total 13 eliminations and one more play to go, and that's nothing. It's F on nothing from not so good games. Just holding inside of a compound, but the map is empty. It's the fourth stage indeed, so nothing needs to get caught up. How much points you'd get here? It just for the final 4 placement points. Nothing cannot get the chicken dinner here. As you saw, the Team Galaxy has been doing so great in a 4v4 battles. So now only one of the player remaining would be a great thing for the team. Yeah, it would be a silly thing for the team too to be taken out. So the team just dreaming about the chicken dinner. They're dreaming it like, hey, we have the qualification process, we'll get qualified to the grand finale, and we do not need to think out that much. We just need to find out the last player. Where is he? Where he is hiding for? Hey, Caster, can you share? Can you just reveal the place location? As being the caster, I definitely just answer out to them like, hey, please, 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 where the location you're scouting for? There's a player hiding inside of this shack. Oh my god, Team Galaxy is just understood because of the vehicle. They just spotted for nothing because to get in this position, nothing used. Definitely used a vehicle. Look at that. That buggy. That buggy was the, investigation thing. They just investigated for this area like if there is any vehicles here, and now they are just scouting out the compounds, but the player is standing down to the player. It's nothing. It definitely try to take out one of the players. Yes, all he can get, if he just gets finished here, you'll get 6 of placement points, but if he just can get one of the eliminations, then that will count out 1. So now he will get 7 points in total. Then we might see a clutch. Only 2 the players are remaining from the Team Galaxies. Will it be a solo chicken dinner? Will it be? Will it be? Definitely it's going to be. I think so. But the grenade all goes smooth right there. And that deals down the damages. Now he tries to take out the second position. He knows who the players are. He understands that the player is just popping in with the grenade and or popping in with the first aid kit, and the grenade was coming inside for him too. And Xerox is just taking out the next position for the grenades. He knows what the next player can be. There is a Lotus grenade, and nothing needed to defend. Oh, the grenade is in the making, and the grenade goes, but there on the ground, nothing had on 1v1 more chances, but Xerox finished it, and Team Galaxies would expect their third chicken dinner on these 4 games. Congratulations for making it an hat-trick chicken dinner moment for the night, for the day, for the Team Galaxies. Literally, they own the galaxy here because the galaxy of this competition, right? Yes, this is the galaxy of competitions, and Team Galaxies has taken the whole galaxy, whole lobby for the competition. Now they're the table toppers. But the moment when Zinix dodged all of those attacks from Team Galaxy was such a good moment. And then the Team Galaxies and the team job against Team Afterlife was also a great thing to be watched out. And the final blow from the player nothing, at least he was able to take 7 points, whether he would have only 6 points, but he made it a change and took 1 plus point. That's the advantage anybody would expect for Antaras. Nobody or nothing to be taking the point. Now the chicken dinner stats that says 1 and 3-3, getting again 3 eliminations, so he would have his MVP title again and did lots of damages. The final match also had 76 total knockouts and 66 total eliminations and 6,691 total hittings. One of the vehicle eliminations and 4 of the grenade eliminations and 47 of the assists. Not bad. The final game was also so good, and it was so balanced that you can just clearly compare with the first 3 games with this last game too. Now the match has ended, the competition has ended, and the top 3 teams defended their positions successfully. Yeah, Team Miramind Esports, Team Taglife Esports, and the Team Galaxies would be just getting qualified on the next grand finale, and the rest of the teams would just watch out that segment, like that only the top 3 teams are getting qualified. It was Team Afterlife to be taking 13 points for this game, but still by taking 13 points, that was not enough to cross over Team Miramind Esports in the bottom 3, right? And then Team Galaxies, at the 24 points, and now they're coming in for them. That counts them total 66 points on the tabletop. 66 total points, not 66, 76 total points. Yes, for the Team Galaxies. Yes, okay. So I was just not counting plus 10 for the Team Galaxies, but 74 for after by just playing 4 games and 3 chicken dinners for a team. It's literally going great. I'd love to expect some good performances from the grand finale stages from the Team Galaxies, but look at the MVP title team train for next. There was Cabrera 7 who gets the MVP title. I was suspecting for this, like if one of the player only getting the 7 eliminations. Yes, that is right indeed. Only one of the player getting all of the points for the team. Train for next to definitely love this player more and more because he alone took the 7-point elims and contributed 7 points for the team, but still that was a good try. But the damages he was dealing with, I'd like to say that it be counted on the top players list. Yes, on this game, the top players lists are, it's Cabrera on the top, Xerox on the second with 6 eliminations, and NSK8 on the third, and then Watch U3 on the fourth, and then N7C KKK from the team 7-Ups, yes, with 4 elims on the top 5. Those are the top players list after this match 4, but not after this match 4, on this match 4, because we'd love to see the overall top players list, right? After the match rankings, it is indeed the Team Galaxies to be taking that point, 24. Afterlife to be taking 13 points, 12 points for the Team Alpi Georgia, 10 points for the Team Train for Next, and 9 points for the Team 7-Ups. 8 points for the Team Not So Good Games, yes, and Team Thug Life Esports has gotten their 7. All Seeing Eyes has gotten their 4. 2 more points were needed to cross over the Team Meta Mind Esports, but they didn't. And that was an hard luck for the Team All Seeing Eyes. I would love to pray for you guys. Killer Crews getting 3 points, 3 points for the Team Gen Sports, 2 points for the Team Strikers Esports, and 2 points for the Team 7 Strongs. 1 point for the Team 4 Thugs and 4 Esports, Executioners, Spittermind Esports, Kirkland Esports, Shockwave for Real, Justice, and Team Exalt Fighters, Raven Gaming. They tried great. Now is the time to witness the overall top players list. Definitely, I'm expecting 933 to be in top. on the overall leaderboard. Yes, Y933 from the Team Galaxies from the table toppers on this survival stage with 16 total eliminations by maintaining the KD. The elimination per match, 4 eliminations, so his KD would be 4 after just these 4 games, and the average damage he dealt was 631, and the average healing he was using was 301, and the average assist was 1. So that's not bad. 16 millions, right? With 2500 and plus damages. But 14 millions for Cabrera. Shit. It is so close. Just, he needed 3 more elimination points to be on top against Y922. But that was such a good competition on this overall top list. It is Xerox and Order and Orest 10. Yes, so nice, not bad. 10 aliens for Orest 10, Order for 13. It's good. And look at that top 3 teams. Team Galaxy is just getting qualified for the next stage from this group A. Yes, from these teams. Team Tug Life Esports is just getting qualified too. And Team Miramind Esports, congratulations to Miramind, Team Tug Life, and Team Galaxy for getting qualified on this group A or from this group A. But next, the competition was so close from Team All Seeing as with 37 points. 2 points more needed. Team Argo did it great on the very final game, but I wish it was just getting consistent from the very first games. Now Team Argo had the 34 points and only 6 more points were needed to get qualified. Team T4ON had 28 points in total. 7up had 20. Killer Chris did great. And after live, Team Not So Good Games, Team 40 Sports, Team Zen Sports, Team Executioners, Team SW, Team 4 Thugs, Team GEs, Team Just Us, Team Exile, Team 7 Strong, Team Investigation, Team Raven Gaming also did right great. Yes, we'd love to thank you all, gentlemen, because you just participated with us on this competition.